Let us discuss one more program on the concept of object-oriented programming. Now, in the last program, we have seen how the class is created and how the instance of that class can be created and how the objects can be used to invoke the methods declared and defined in the class. Now, here in this case, I have written one class named as shape, and of course I have defined one constructor here, and I have declared and defined a few methods. Set color is one method, get color is one method, set line weight is one method, get line weight is one method, and draw is another method, and this dill is the destructor. Okay, so I have executed this program now, and I just explained how it is working. Okay, so now first print statement is already printed. Now the second print statement, a program now starts from this location. Object of shape class is being created and used. So here, when this particular SHP object of shape class is created, it straight away goes to this particular constructor. So here we have this particular statement printed in the constructor of shape class. Fine. Now after that, what we have here, when this particular SHP object is created, then in this particular constructor of shape class, two values are set. That is, color is the variable, instance variable for this particular object SHP, and that color variable is initialized to green, and one more instance variable, line weight is equal to 10.0 is initialized. That is, 10.0 is initialized to line weight. Okay, so these two instance variables are set. Now next, what we are doing here, I have written one statement, L weight is equal to SHP dot get line weight. So what is SHP? SHP is the object. What is get line weight? Get line weight is the method here. So what does it do? It returns self dot line weight. What is this line weight? Line weight is the instance variable. Okay, instance variable for the object SHP. So this get line weight is returning one value, that is line weight, which was set in the constructor when the object was created, and that initialized value of line weight is printed, that is L weight. So L weight gets what here? L weight gets the value returned from the method get line weight. Okay, after that, what I am doing here, again I am using one method, set line weight. Where is it now? Here it is, here set line weight self comma LWT. So this 5 will be copied to LWT, and that value LWT is stored in the instance variable line weight. So earlier when the object was created, line weight was initialized with 10.0. Now with the help of this set line weight, now the new value of line weight is equal to 5. Okay, now again get line weight method is invoked with the object SHP, with the help of the object SHP, and now it returns again the line weight. That means what is the new value L weight it gets? It gets 5. Why? Because 5 was passed on to set line weight method, and that previous value of 10.0 was replaced with the new value of 5. Okay, the changed value of line weight, it is also displayed. So here we can just look at this in the constructor of shape class. In the constructor of shape class, then initialized value of line weight. Here initialized value of line weight, it is displaying it as 10.0. Then changed value of line weight, that is 5. It is displaying here. Then what I am having, I am again invoking one more method, that is get color. What is get color returns? It returns self dot color. What was the color set earlier in the constructor? It was green. So color COLR equal to SHP dot get color will return green into this particular variable, and initial value of COLOR, it is printing, what is that? It is green, and it is invoking one more method, draw, with the help of the object SHP. So where is draw here? Draw is here, and this draw method is here, and what it has got one statement, print draw to be implemented. That is, draw is a overridden method. That is, draw is again, the statements for draw is again redefined or given in the derived class method, which I am going to discuss next. Okay, now let's see which is the derived class now. Now here one more class is written, class circle. Now this class circle is going to inherit another class which is named as shape class. Okay, so now look at this class shape. So this shape is inherited by the class circle. Now class circle is called as derived class and class shape is called as the base class. Now in this particular class circle, again I have here a constructor, I have few methods, set center, get center, set radius, get radius, and I have draw here again, but now this draw has the same name as the draw function which is declared and defined in this particular base class shape. Now I am writing one more statement just to show an example that, what do we mean by overriding a function. Okay, and after that I have here one more destructor which will be deleting the object created in this particular derived class circle. Now let's again go through the different statements in this derived class. So now I have got some comment also, derived class object created and used. So I have here object of derived class is being created and used, object of derived class is being created and used, then a new object CIRC circ is created, and what is the name of the class I am using to create this object circ? It is circle. What is this circle? Circle is the derived class. And what are the two parameters I am passing? I am passing 3 and 7. I am passing where? When this particular object circ is created, this constructor is invoked and this 3 and 7 is passed on to C and R respectively. So what is 3? 3 is the center and C is initialized with the center instance variable corresponding to the object circ, and radius, that is again instance variable of the object circ, it is initialized to R. What is the value of R? R is 7. And I have COLR instance variable again to red. I have line weight instance variable again, it is to 21. Okay, so now 4 instance variable of the object circ is initialized now, that is center, radius, color and line weight. Now I have here CLR. I have got one more statement now here. Of course I am now using what? I have got a print statement, get color method of base class is used. Now to access that base class method, now what I am doing? I am using the object of the derived class. So here circ is what? Circ is the object of the derived class. Which is a derived class? Derived class is circle. So circ dot get color. So it goes to this particular derived class, and what I have here, get color is the method. So it returns what? The color. What was the color set? Color set was red. So look at this color set in the derived class. Look at this. What is it returning? It is returning red. So which method I am using now? I am using the get color method of the base class. And what I am using? I am using the object of the derived class. Okay. Now what I am doing now? Look at this. Set color method of base class is used. So here set color method of base class is used. So now what I'm doing, I am redefining the value for the instance variable color from red to blue. Now look at this, circ dot set color. So where is set color? Set color is here in the base class. So here now color variable is redefined with the blue. Okay, so now set color method of the base class is used to change the color of the object circ. Okay, now I again want to use the get color method of the base class again to return me the value for color. So again here it goes to this get color method, and what it returns? It returns the value of color. So where is it now? Where I get it now? I get it into circ dot get color. So redefined color. So redefined color is blue. It is printing. Fine. Now again circ dot get line weight. So now what I'm doing, I am going to get the line weight. What is it now? It is here. It is here. Okay. So what is the value set? Line weight 21 was set. Where it was set? It was set in the constructor of the derived class when this particular object circ is created. But now I want to get that particular value. So what is it using now? Get line weight. What is get line weight? Get line weight is a method. Where is it declared? It is declared and defined in the base class. Okay. So now look at this. So what I have here? I have here get line weight. So I'm just printing one statement, line weight set in the derived class constructor, that is derived class constructor, and what was it? It is 21. Okay. Now again what I want to change the value of line weight. So what I'm doing, I am calling set line weight method of the base class with the help of the object circ. So I have here one method, get line weight method of base class is used now. Now what I do, so now set line weight is the method of the base class to set the line weight here. So look at this, I have here set line weight. So now the new line weight is set, and now I want to get that new value. So I'm using what now? I'm using get line weight method of the base class. And what object I'm using? I'm using the derived object, derived class object. So what is the derived class object? Circ. So what does it return me? It returns me the line weight. So what is the new value assigned? Earlier it was 21. What is the new value? New value set was 33. So it is printing 33 now. Now look at this, 33. Okay. Now shape draw. It is calling draw method. So what I have it in the base class, it is draw to be implemented. Okay. So it is printing that draw to be implemented. Then circ dot draw. So it is again, now it is calling draw method. Now here I have just one statement to show you that the draw can have a different print statement. So I can have many statements here. So draw circle overridden function. That is to show you that draw can have some other statements also. That is, I can override the method, override different statements specified in the method in the base class. Okay. So now circ dot draw. Now I have rd is equal to circ dot radius. The radius now is got into rd variable. What is radius? Radius set as r. What was that r? R was 7. So it is just printing radius as set in the derived class constructor. It is 7. It's here now. Radius as set in derived class constructor, it is 7. And CNT is equal to circ dot center. So again the CNT, what is that CNT value? Here you can just look at this. Center's value is equal to self dot center is equal to C. What was that C? C was 3, and that 3 is also displayed here. Okay. Now I want to set the new center value for the object circ. So I am invoking that set center method. What is it? You can look at this. So self dot center is equal to C. What is the new value? New value is 9. So here 9 is passed on to C, and C's value, that is 9, is stored in center. So earlier value, which was that? It was 3 here when the object was created, then 3 was passed to this particular constructor and center was 3 earlier. Now the new value for the center is 9. Okay, and I'm using again circ.getCenter. GetCenter is what? SetCenter and GetCenters are the method of the derived class. So GetCenter, it is returning the value of center. So I'm just printing that particular value CNT. Okay, similarly I can use the setRadius method of the derived class to set the new value for the radius, and getRadius method of the derived class to return me back the value. Okay, at the end what we are doing, we are invoking the destructor. So I am deleting the object SHP and then I am deleting the object circ. What is this SHP? SHP is the object of the shape class, and CIRC is the object of the derived class. Okay, so this is how you can write a program for inheritance. Now in this case the class circle has inherited the class shape.